Welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, last time we were kind of confused as to why this was working most of the time, except for the time that we wanted it to work. And the time that we wanted it to work is probably worth getting it to work. Um, it seems to be crosstalk between a bunch of different tests. There's something we got to track down. So let's try and track it down. Um, what is our diff here? Room viewer test. We shouldn't have to have this extra layer. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess we need a top level convey to get the T reference. Um, so, yeah. Yeah, but the these are not convey tests. These are regular tests. Yeah. So I'm going to take them out of the convey. Because they shouldn't need to be there. Now, organizationally, it might make more sense to... Oh, hey, Lassie. Welcome back. I just got live, so good timing. Caught the stream earlier than usual. Nice. How are you doing today? Why not? Why not format? Oh, I guess. Okay, I can't format because I couldn't compile. But yeah, we've got these tests, and there seems to be crosstalk that's causing. Okay, I'm just clearly not reading these tests right. That's what I want. If we don't have to use convey, I don't want to use convey. If it's like almost like a pure unit test, it just feels wrong. But feeling okay. Another day of fixing compiler errors. Yep. Hey man, I'd rather fix compiler errors than runtime errors. I'd much rather look at a syntax error or a type error than a stack trace. You meant to ask, what do you use as your escape key? I use escape. It's not that far away. I mean, I think you can do like control. What is it? is it Control Alt? It's like Alt right. Start using Control left square bracket. That's exactly what I was looking for. It is mapped to the same as Escape. Yeah. I think I've got something that it's weird. So I'm in append mode, right? I hit Control left square bracket. It still says insert, but if I do a motion command, like I'm clearly in normal. So I don't know if it's waiting for more escape characters or something before it sends the escape. Probably. That's probably what it is. Anyways. Yeah. The ASCII character or code for it. You would hit escape with middle finger, bad habit, so start using that. Hit escape with middle finger. I kind of do that too, eh? I think. Uh, doesn't happen for you in NVIM. It escapes immediately. Maybe there's a slight difference there. Could be the terminal emulator. There's a few things that might be different, but certainly my fingers know how to find escape and come back. So, what is this? Emacs 2 keys at the same time? Yeah, you just raise your entire hand out the left side of the home row to hit escape. I do. Yeah. I'm sure there's optimizations and stuff, but working for me. I saw some time ago that someone bound like in insert mode like JKJK to do escape, and I don't know how I feel about that. It's I think it's interesting, but I don't know if I want to take the leap. Um, yeah, just JK. Yeah, that's just weird to you. Me too. And what if I'm typing, you know, and then I was like, I don't know, JK. Like I'd be in normal mode now. That would just break my brain. Anyways, we're still failing, which is kind of the case I want to be in right now. I'm trying to simplify our delta while still having the behavior of the thing failing for the same reasons. This is just printfing. If we want to log it, we'll log it. Having a change here tells me I was mucking around in here. Okay, I was. But I don't need to. Let's add house test data heck and what and house test data images red. And we'll add house test data mahogany. House F02 is not we're not even writing it anymore. So test trace. Don't need that. I like this change, and I like this change. Load room. Did we used to load room? I don't see it. So, bye-bye. Let's test. you can't type JK, then basically you'd have to copy and paste it in, or type J, escape, insert K. Yeah. I've also been trying to utilize Control O in insert mode to execute a single normal mode command and then return back to insert mode. I feel like it has its uses, but definitely more niche. Yeah. So it's like you're typing along. We want to set this to disable, and then Control O you say to like maybe go to the end of the line, add a semicolon. Yeah, niche, but if your fingers know it, it'll be fast. Is what I've learned. And if you like it, you can teach your fingers to do it. Yeah, it could be a use case. Yeah. All right, maybe we don't want to call this test what the heck. But it is a heckin' what for sure. Test draw textured quad. Maybe regression test. It used to be that test crosstalk was causing strange. Well, right now, test crosstalk is causing strange render issues. Running this test after test make roommates seems to reproduce it. Reproduce the issue. I think it's slightly faster, but it doesn't flow immediately at the moment. Still need to think a bit about the input. Yeah. Damn, you hit DW multiple times pretty fast. Delete word? I guess I could hit dot, but yeah. So this is convey drawing textured quads. Oh, was I hitting dot? I don't know. My keystrokes. Oh, yeah. You can see like the keystrokes over here will count up as I hit dot. They look like DW over and over in the screen key overlay. Not, if the keystroke overlay was saying DW, I was probably hitting DW. Yeah, yeah. But let's add this as a real test. What changed in DevGoMod? Probably the MathGL. Yeah, that's fine. What do we change here? What is this? This is a test change. Add a regression test. Well, really add a consistent repro for weird render test cross talk issue. I guess it's a red step, right? We're adding a test that's failing. But yeah, it's very strange. One thing I wanted to do is verify that, one, we can control the order of test runs with dash run. I assume we can, but I want to test that assumption. Um, so let's just run those two. So that passes, and then if this, I don't know. So these are not, um, these are not doing what I need them to be doing. I feel like I either yap about TDD or Vim the entire time we speak. When you were learning TDD, did you follow a specific style or just come up with your own and then apply red commit, green commit, refactor commit to it after the fact? Yeah, we do talk about TDD and Vim, and that's cool. That's pretty central to the stream and to what I want to share with people and learn. But when I was learning TDD, I guess I kind of learned the concepts and the the TDD algorithm a long time ago and never really applied it. And it was just in this project here that I really said, okay, I'm gonna make a concerted effort to apply it and be consistent and um, kind of as not pedantic but like purist about it as I can without being obviously silly. And I think the whole like do it but don't be silly, where the line of silliness is really dependent on context and how comfortable you are with TDD and the project you're working on. Like it's so subjective, but I think practicing and forcing yourself to practice it is how you learn where that silliness line is, and that's when you start getting returns on your investment. Is when you know what steps it's okay to skip, um, if that makes sense. Um, okay, I do still want to know when these are running, and so I'm going to do this. I mean, maybe I could look at the documentation for Go test. This will be quicker, I think. Do I see the pluses first or the minuses first? Or do I see any of them? What? Didn't I say dash V? Oh, we're not running either of them? What? Huh? Oh, I put this in the wrong place. Uh, which might be why. Oops. Clearly I've not had enough coffee yet today. Yeah, so you don't want to be so overly simple for change that it will take ages, but you also don't want to skip ahead and assume this is going to pass before actually testing. Yeah, certainly not assuming it's going to pass, and like uh, taking the time to make sure that the test is failing for the right reason and that you get helpful feedback from the test when it fails. Like, tests can fail, and that's pretty helpful, but what's even more helpful is I failed because such and such a thing happened, and that's the behavior that this test is about, is even more helpful. So why didn't we see the plus 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 plus? Are we not running this test? Run, test, make room mats, test textured quad regression. What? Dash run overwrites it? No. Confusion intensifies. What? Okay. Can I not just do this? No, I can't. Okay, what? Help. Test flags? Or something? Yeah. Okay, so my usage of dash run is not correct. Like, we can do a pipe, but that shouldn't let us control the order. Um, Google. Run go test. List of go tests. Man, I don't want to write test main. I just want to tell GoTest to do what I want. But maybe we have to. Yeah. What can you do for me? Can I get a reference to a T? Before, after, run. Definitely helps that Go has a test framework. The time I was messing with TD was in C# purposely because it has better support, for example, XUnit and fluent assertions. Yeah, testing frameworks are helpful. Um, until they're not. Like this. Like, I mean, I guess I could do func test both things sad face t.run. Test textured quadrilateral. Go test run args is run test both things sad face. Count is 1. Verbose. Go. Hmm? Oh, not enough coffee. Do you think it's sufficient enough to get by with just good old assert? Um, it really depends. Like, it's such a light touch that it's so easy to adopt in a project that doesn't have tests. So like, um, it's a real good way to start introducing tests, and then once you start feeling the pain of assert, which is like, and from my experience, it's managing separate, distinct test environments when some fail and some don't. Um, assert is very like global, nuke the whole process, right? But you can get pretty far with it, and you know once you feel the pain of what assert doesn't give you, that's when you can look at migrating. It's probably better to get something tested first and then migrate later. Uh, but if you're already familiar with a framework, maybe it's not a lot of work to adopt that framework. So your mileage may vary, but um, certainly if I was starting a new project in C or C++ or Go or Rust or the languages I know, I would probably start with the test frameworks that I already know. JUnit in Java, for example, if that's even a thing anymore. Yeah. Okay, so we can run minus plus, and then we can probably run plus minus. Um, that one passed. Okay, and that one passed. So it doesn't matter the order between these two. That's not sufficient for the crosstalk. Running this test after running this test in conjunction running this test with everything else seems to repro consistently. We'll have to do some work to cut down on what's actually why that would consistently repro it, and like what is the other tests that have to run. Certainly it's not enough to just do note that running this and test make room mats alone is not enough to repro. That's pretty important. I'm going to add that to my red step. So we can try to just soul read the code and figure out why it's broken, or we can give ourselves a leg up by finding out which tests need to run in order to repro. So I guess the thing I want to do is come up with a set of, well, the answer to this is no, sad. So we need a list of the tests we have, and then kind of a loop of like, pick the first half, run it with that. Does it repro? Yes. Okay, drill into that half. If not, drill into the other half, kind of thing. Maybe we should write a script for it, but certainly something to list all the tests would be nice in general. List tests. Yeah. Yeah. Dash list dot star. So go test. Well, I'm gonna use test run args because I want the other flags passed for like building and stuff. So dash list dot star test. Quote. And it's interspersed with this stuff. What? That's kind of close to useless. Man. Well, we'll just have to use it. So we'll list all the tests, put it onto test list.txt. So we don't need that or this. Grep anything that starts with test. Okay, this is the test list. And the test that seems to be failuring is test textured quad regression. Target.txt. Okay, so it's like, given these two files, do a go test dash run all these, everything from this file and this file. If it repros, then we cut this file in half. If it doesn't repro, we say we missed the plot. Might as well sort these. I'm trying to think if there's a quick way to do this, or like a scripty way to do this. Tools. This is really a tool to like cut down on, or to find the crosstalk minimal cover set or something. Maker tools, test crosstalk. Let's just call it crosstalk. First question I have is, do I want a shell script or a Golang script or a Python script? I don't want to do Python. I don't think this project depends on Python yet. I'd rather keep it that way. It'd be nice to do in Go because then you don't have to worry about not being able to run it on Windows. We're a ways from worrying about Windows and Mac. Let's do it in Go. I don't think the slowdown we'll get from writing it in Go is going to be too bad, and I will like to have it portable if I can. So, all right, tools, crosstalk tests, crosstalk.go. Okay, so do we want to use TDD for this? Eh. Print line, printf, OS to there, usage, whatever it is. It'll probably be like there's kind of like the victim test, and then there's the like the suite of tests. One. Okay. Give me my thing back. Go run tools, crosstalk tests. Okay. So then, if when os.args not equal to 3 usage. So then it's like victim is os.args at 1, suite is os.args at 2. This should in general be a set of tests, and so we're going to say that it's a file. So it's like read test list from victim, read test list from the suite, path, return os.read, or io.readall, io.readall. I think it takes, no. We might have to open it first, but let's just do it the way it should work. So fair is os.open, fpath, air not nil, panic, couldn't ls open mod q because of mod w. Byte list, byte slice, there is io readall. I think it takes a reader. If air not nil, panic, come to arf, couldn't io readall, mod q, mod w, fpath error, right? And so now we have all the bytes, and we're going to say bytes dot split the byte slice on /n, but it's got to be a slice of byte. And this returns what? Slice of bytes. Lines is that. Make a slice of string lines for I line in range lines at either string of line. Return that you return a slice of string. Tests. Suite tests. I should probably close my parentheses. Yeah. And then it's like run suite tests and victim tests if tests pass, we don't have it's not that we don't have crosstalk, it's that we don't know that there's crosstalk. Had a nice use case for control O and insert mode just now. Nice. Ent original func address equals null pointer. Need to change ent dot get orig func address equals null pointer. So doing find dot a get underscore go to OT. That worked nicely. So you did a find on the dot. So it's just caret is control in writing. Gotcha. Yeah. So you did find dot append get underscore control O, go to the open close. Yeah, very nice. Now you just need to package that up as like a normal mode remap. But yeah, anyways, very good. There's probably a code gulf for like Vim editing, right? On Stack Exchange. That might be fun to do on a break. Okay, so victim tests is that. So if the tests fail, assume it's because of crosstalk. Drill down, or try again with first half of suite. Fail, recurse. First half again. Success. Second half. Right? So it's like did fail is run test, run crosstalk test with victim tests, suite of tests, right? If not did fail, panic, couldn't repro with original specification, right? And then forever first half is suite tests from 0 to suite tests. Suite line over 2. That'll round down. Might as well do the split here. Second half. Suite tests at suite then over 2 onwards. Right? First half fail. Maybe. I want it to be a line versus mode, similar to TypeRacer but Vim. I think that'd be fun to pass some time on when I'm chilling. Though recently my goals have turned to doing things in minimal keystrokes rather than speed at the moment, since I find if I try and go too fast, it would just make mistakes. Yeah. It's a balance, that's for sure. Run crosstalk test, victim tests, and first half. If the first half failed, then the suite of tests is just first half. And we try again. Otherwise, second half fail is run the crosstalk test, victim tests, second half. And then if second half failed, the suite of tests becomes the second half. And we continue. Like at some point, we either pick one test and it's cross-talking, or we pick no tests and it's not cross-talking, or there's a few cases to think about. So initially, if it's not failing, then just bail. Otherwise, check to see if the first half is failing. If so, let's narrow down to the first half. If the second half is failing, let's narrow down to the second half. Otherwise, both of them succeeded. We found maybe perhaps not the minimal set, but we have to sample differently from the test suite, the suite of tests. It's weird right now. I couldn't break the escape muscle memory. Tried remapping to caps lock, but control right or left angle bracket, or left square bracket, you've already overcome in a day. Yeah, I've got caps lock bound to don't do anything. On Linux, it's with xmod remap or xkb remap or something. Some X command to say X caps lock go away. And then on Windows, I've got a program called numlocker that can tell caps lock to go away. I hate caps lock. It's just a landmine on your keyboard. There is something satisfying about keeping things fairly vanilla, but I hate caps lock. It's poison, so I get rid of it. We could try to sample differently, but for now, suite tests seem a good candidate. Okay, report crosstalk suite tests and just pass the victim tests. And we'll do that. Doesn't really matter, they're equivalent, but okay, so we just need to run crosstalk tests and report. Crosstalk test victim and suite. So test pattern is we need to build a regex that matches these strings. I get why you do that. When I was first using Vim, I accidentally enabled caps lock and wondered why the hell my Vim motions weren't working. Yeah, or worse, like doing crazy things. And then you like try to regain sanity and it's just like, nope, not until you hit caps lock again. Okay, I'm gonna get some coffee. We're probably just gonna have to do like a for each string join or between them, but we'll figure that out when I get back. also got a snack. Okay. Um, so while I was working, or while I was getting coffee, I was thinking, is there a better way to sample? And what we can do is we actually randomize each slice here, so that the first half and second half will be different run to run. WB. Huh? Is that a Twitchism I'm not familiar with? Oh, welcome back. Thank you. First, randomize the order of the sweet so that we can explore different samplings than just alphabetic, than just, the original. So that we can explore different samplings than just contiguous slices of the original list. Rand dot shuffle? Yeah. And because slices are kind of like reference types, it actually shuffles the, like, we're not copying an array, right? We're sending a reference to that array. So we'll shuffle it, and then we'll run. So the test pattern should be strings.join. Is it? I forget if it's. Yeah, it's elements separator, not separator than elements. So join, append victim and explode the suite with backslash pipe. Or we can do a raw string and not worry about the escaping. And then we run go test. So go. We should probably actually parameterize how we run the tests, but for now, what's the name of that package? OS exec. This is the struct type, right? Yeah. command of goal slice of string that is actually we're gonna run make then test run args is this printf sprintf I should say test pattern. So test run args is just so I can see it better. So exec cmd dot combined output, or we just need to run it. We don't really care what it's printing. Return or not now. Is that the right thing? Yeah, okay. So we run it. If there was an error, then we've still reproed it. But we use the opposite of that. So. Sorry? Oh, we don't need to do this. Do that. Shuffle. What? Do you not have a shuffle slices? Arnad? No. Like, of all the places to do higher order things, it just feels so wrong. But anyways. And dot shuffle len of sweet with func of ij or int sweet at I, sweet at j is sweet at j, sweet at I. Okay, I'll trust you that v2 is what we want. And this is really like assert crosstalk or something. This actually has crosstalk, right? And then it has crosstalk if air's not nil. If not has crosstalk, code and repro. And then if has crosstalk, look at that. Yeah. Report crosstalk, victim, and suite. Crosstalk reduction. The victim coupled with S maintains failure. Still fails. Show test victim. Show test suite. Look at that. Parts, it's a slice of string, returns a string, return strings.join parts with that. And we'll quote it just for the heck of it. Alright, so to do, if we care, we can make this make the run the tests command configurable parameter. But we don't care right now. So go run tools crosstalk tests on what do I call it? Target, and ooh, that got louder. Hopefully the music's still not too loud for viewers, but okay. So now we hope. I was expecting to see output from make at this point. XVFB is getting called with different PIDs. Let's see here. This is where there's a difference. don't think you need the semicolons for it. But maybe we will log log dot info running on looping suite of tests is suite of tests. Can you not? Log dot print. Alright, so it looks like to me that we're not running this command properly. Wouldn't you know it? I was expecting to see stood error and stood out get included in the output. I have to look at this guy. Huh? It stood in as nil. The process reads from the null device. Okay. If either is nil, run connects the corresponding file descriptor to the null device. That's not what we want. Something to note is when using Control O in insert mode, it seems to jump the cursor to the position before. It's almost like how T jumps before the character rather than F, but will jump right to the char. Does that implicitly. Strange. Control O might do that in order to preserve the behavior of escape. So if I'm in insert mode and I hit escape, I need my... So my terminal's buffering the escape, but it basically backs up a character. So I think that's why Control O would back up a character. I want to bind their words. I want the exec thing to not bind things to dev null. cmd exec. OS exec. I mean, we can just do it. cmd dot stood out. Oh, we left some quotes in there. So we said, go test. Ugh. So first of all, if line filter out, well, if len line is 0, not 0. So that is problem build first, but didn't fix it. What? So it's test texture quad regression, pipe test action specs. Hmm? Where's my test run args equals? That's printf. There's probably a reason for this. I'm just not seeing it right now. Let us log red test list path is fpath result is ret. Try again. Oh, this is log.info. there's spaces at the end of that string? Split on /n. Fine. Fine. Okay. So now why is test run args not getting used? Slog info. What? So the string test run args is a string test run args equals open tick yada 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 yada. It's not a bashism that's like okay, that behaves the way I thought it would. What? Oh. Okay. Like, do they process them? No. So then, why wouldn't it? More logging. User bin make test run args that test. Oh, couldn't repro with original specification. Okay, so that's saying that we ran a big ol' go test and it succeeded. Um, which is weird. Did we not need to escape the pipe? Has crosstalk. Run the command. If it failed, error is not nil. If error is not nil, we return true. If it failed, it has crosstalk. If there's not crosstalk, we panic. What? Okay, two things. One, it depends on the escaping that make will do. So I think we need to include a backslash here. Um, but we just found that test room and test textual quad regression are repros. So as if we run test room. Alright, I do want the cross-talking to work. It's saying that there's no test files. No test files. More backslashes. No. Do I not understand raw strings in Go? This right here is make outputting what it does as it does it. Um, so make got convinced to run xvfb run -a. It's this. Go test, and then dash run test texture quad regression, blah 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 blah. Okay, this here is not quoted. This here is. So we're, we're um I guess like equivalently this. Okay. It's just that it got confused by way of the quoting. Eh. Oh, we're they're saying running this one by itself failed. What is this telling me? It's telling me that um, we ran test textured quad regression and test UI online, and that failed. And then we decided, oh, we should probably do just test UI online as the suite of tests. Um, if the first half is empty or the second half is empty, we should probably be greater than 1. Compile errors are annoying. I don't think you would prefer runtime errors. These are so obscure. It's one where you fix some and it introduces way more. Yeah, I mean, yeah, unless you're doing template metaprogramming in C++, I maintain compiler is easier. um, I worked on a project where we used a boost library to implement a parser and a lexer, and they basically use template metaprogramming to let you embed a domain-specific embedded language to like write your EBNF grammar in your C++ code. It's like it's crazy. It was fun, but it, if it didn't build, you got like reams of just obscure, obtuse, opaque garbage. But the worst part is that's technically like the stack trace of their template metaprogram. So it's like you're debugging the program that's running at compile time by sifting through compile time errors with the understanding that these compile time errors are actually the output of this template metaprogram. It's wild. Look up boost spirit. Check it out. Where's like a full just like example? Yeah, okay. This sample demonstrates a parser for a comma-separated list of numbers without any actions. The actions are extra. um, so I'll get a line, call parse numbers. Okay, fine. Um, client parse numbers is for every iterator type, take a first and last iterator. That's not too bad. Phrase parse first, last, double underscore, followed by maybe 0 or more repeating commas, and then a double, and then a space. Um, so this is the grammar, right? It's a double, so like a IEEE double precision floating point value, followed by 0 or more instances of the comma character, followed by a double. Um, yeah, this is like the simple case, but when this breaks, you get like just a dog's breakfast of compiler errors. You have to like learn how to intuit the intent of the compiler error, and that is not a skill I want anyone else to have to learn. um, okay, so it's really if it's greater than 0, um, except if it's 1, we report crosstalk. So I'm gonna let that chooch. Oh, trust me, I've dealt with C+ template error messages before. I don't want to go there again. Yeah, there be dragons. I'll be right back. Oh, the error you're getting here is stemming from a file, but the syntax is 100% correct. I'm going to delete the file and recreate it. You've ran into a rare issue. This isn't your fault. You're getting errors from MSVC, sanitizer, annotate, container, HTTP. Never even seen this before. You're getting errors from a template instantiation, or you're getting errors from just like that file has bogus syntax? You're saying that the file is 100% correct. Is that your file is 100% correct? Then you're just going to delete the MSV static lib project and recreate it. Something has royally effed up. Yeah. I'm not sure how I would do that. Okay, this is a nice report. Textured quad regression coupled with test block until loaded still fails. Let's run it again and see if we get a different issue. But like, also make test run args is run test textured quad. This one. Yeah. Maybe we need a like another helper for like try each individually and report the ones that do hit. Yeah. Oh, my stream has become very laggy. It has. I'm dropping frames and my bitrate is low.